First things first, check my stream manager. First things first, links to places. Discord. I will be with you in a moment, just posting links. So far, everything looks about right. Yep, everything looks about right. So, welcome. It's been a while since I've streamed 14 because, well, yeah. I only really stream it when there's anything big like patches, expansion, stuff like that. Hold on, just had to. Sorry, I was making sure my stream was actually up on the phone so I could actually see my chat. Talk to Kryl. In Fate's footsteps. Always go for the pieces you can give them into Domain Enclave for profit. But yeah, I might switch up my glamour for uh, Evercold. Don't know yet. Need to think of something which would suit Ban for it. I basically had this glamour for ages, so... Well, not for ages, more really... since before Dawn Trail. Speak of the devil? No, it's Stola. There's a tiny Moogle next to me. Well, was. There was. Yes, I am.
Ah, you're just in time for a progress report. The decryption is finally complete. As we suspected, the data represents a partial record of Preservation's research documents. A quick scan of the files, however, failed to turn up the information Y'shtola was after.
Indeed. No mention of the Ascians, or primal summoning techniques for that matter. While Calyx doubtless received instruction from someone possessed of such knowledge, there was naught to identify this benevolent mentor. I am, however, pleased to say that we found several reports concerning the key.
We know the key is used to open paths between worlds, and was a treasured relic of the Milala. And just as the Milala were unable to return after reaching the Mist Continent, so too was Preservation unable to gain a mastery of the prize which had passed into their possession. The data suggests that a particular formula or procedure is required. A process which Calyx appears to have understood to some degree. Yet the key proved fickle. Perfectly replicating conditions was no guarantee of success. And even when they did manage to generate a modest portal, the destination was never the one they expected. The reports practically screamed their frustration, describing the experience as being dragged around by a traveler picking roads without rhyme or reason. Serves them right, I say.
After much trial and error, Preservation began to experiment with external actuation devices for the key. Striving to maintain a stable pathway to a chosen location, they conceived of the technology that forms the gate to the Golden City.
So,
Their tribulations ultimately afforded them control of the key, albeit in a limited capacity, which, of course, explains why they were able to instruct Zoralja in its use.
Sounds
Thus
normal.
enabling the unprecedented feat of transferring Everkeep and its environs to the source. After the Endless Fiend took the key unto herself, she opened pathways to other reflections in her hunt for ether, did she not?
Okay, it doesn't sound back normal, but closer to his actual voice. Well, voice he
The
doesn't.
Milala merely used it to facilitate their exodus. To think what the key has now wrought in different hands.
For all we know, the actuation device augmented the key's power beyond its intended scope. Were your goal to plunder whole worlds of their ether, a tool designed to simply transfer people would likely be insufficient.
Shale, I don't suppose you would be able to remove the actuation device?
The machine made for that very purpose is still functional, thankfully. It shouldn't be a problem.
What do you think? We don't even know how the key works. If the device is somehow interfering or amplifying its capabilities, I believe we ought to remove it.
Of course we should.
Give me a moment.
You still see something? Our blind cat can see it.
My word.
Ishtola?
This is the first time I've beheld the key in all its unobscured glory. The sheer density is extraordinary. 'Tis akin to the structures we saw beneath the Tempest.
Now that you mention it, the ornamentation is reminiscent of Amarot.
Have you noticed anything since the key has been in your possession?
No. Literally not. It reminds me of Azem's crystal.
You're suggesting the key has some connection with Azem. A plausible theory, although one we are yet unequipped to prove.
My apologies. Hello? Yes, this is Cryle speaking. That was Ojika with a message for us.
An urgent matter?
I'm not altogether sure. Tataru requires our counsel, and
Tataru!
hoped to call upon us in person at the Baldessian Annex. Though disappointed we were not present, she appeared content to wait until our travels brought us back to Sharlayan, insisting that it did not merit our immediate summons. Her tone suggested otherwise, however, and Ojika felt compelled to contact us directly.
Mayhap the time has come for another journey across the Sot.
You'd best go. Though I'll not deny that I'll be sad to see you leave.
Oh, Shale. I can't even begin to thank you for all you've done. We will be forever indebted to you and your Oblivion colleagues.
The debt is ours. We'll never forget the sacrifices you've made for us, for Alexandria. In the meantime, I shall keep sifting through the data. You'll hear as soon as I find anything of note.
Actually, I should like to stay here a little longer, if you don't mind.
You are most welcome.
And might I borrow the key for a while? I wish to study it further. With the utmost care, I assure you.
I trust you, Stola.
Well then, shall we be off? Ojika will be expecting us.
Trail to the heavens. Fuck, your shield is small compared to my character. I've actually never noticed that. Literally. Right now, this is at my character's eye level because I went in the first person. Christ, I never noticed how small she was. Why the fuck do I have Dreaming Way here? Oh, Lockworths. How are you fatigued, Ban? You literally teleported here.
planning your next journey?
Oh no, just reminiscing. Thinking back to when you bought this map, and how you all encouraged me to make the voyage to Tural.
Are you glad you did?
As if you need ask.
Welcome back.
We haven't seen you for a whole expansion, how are you? What have you been doing? It's wonderful to see you again, Tataru.
I'm so glad you're here.
Ojika contacted us. He intimated that you were rather concerned. Come to think of it, Alphino said he and Alize would pay you a visit upon their return. Have you not seen them?
Oh no, they were here. I was regaled with many a tale of your Turali adventures. It was only once they departed for Garlemord that the rumors came to my attention. Rather alarmingly, void-sent sightings seem to be on the rise across the star.
Again?
I was reluctant to bother you with mere hearsay, especially when you had more pressing matters to contend with. But earlier I received a confidential report from the Grand Company of Eorzea. It's as if a mighty dam has been breached, flooding the land with foul creatures. For a blessing, most nations have managed to keep the invaders in check, and casualties appear to be minimal thus far. Though the same cannot be said for those regions with a deeper connection to the void. Their fissures continue to manifest without end, putting countless innocents in danger.
A deeper connection to the void. Garlemald is the home of the Reapers, is it not?
It is. Alphino and Alize were there when the trouble began, and have since sent word that the situation has taken a dreadful turn.
A short while earlier, in Tertium, I probably said that wrong, but I don't care.
Thus concludes the abridged account of our time in Tural. Now I shall leave you with the words of the late Dawn Servant, Galul Jajar. Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship. A notion that rings true for Eorzeans no less than it does for the diverse peoples of Tuliolal.
And for Garleans as well. Even sharing something as simple as a local dish can pave avenues of understanding. It's up to all of us to forge new bonds, together.
Thank you for sharing your tale. Better they hear it firsthand than endure my clumsy retelling. Your words give me hope that we might achieve something similar here in Garlemald.
Died up, hopefully.
We all have the capacity to affect change. Our time in Tural taught us that much. And now that we've returned, it's time we rolled up our sleeves and got back to work.
I've already sent missives to the other nations, informing them of our Alexandrian friends. I also intend to notify the Garlean community officially. If both sides are amenable to the proposition, we shall gladly assist in establishing diplomatic relations with Alexandria and Tuliolol.
Thank you. But are you sure you've recovered from your journey? It sounded like you've hardly had time to catch your breath.
The twins don't need time to catch their breath. At all.
Sir! Lapis Manalis is overrun with void scent. We've sustained heavy civilian casualties.
What?
Clutium Squadron reporting in. We're under attack. Void scent appeared out of nowhere and ambushed us during a routine inspection. Damn it. Is that another fissure? Oh no, no, no! Ah!
My comrades are under attack. We have to do something.
There's no time to lose! Come on!
The Garlean community is ill-equipped to defend themselves against such a threat. Even with the aid of the twins and the Ilzabard contingent, they face daunting odds.
We shall leave for Garlemald immediately.
Thank you. I was able to contact Thancred and Urianger too. They're already on their way.
Oh, people
With
we haven't
any
seen in a
luck,
while.
you'll be able to rendezvous with them on arrival.
We have not seen Urianger and Thancred in quite a while. I may have to mute my phone. Two worlds intertwined. You know I'm not going to teleport. Yes, I am. Where I was actually running towards was a quest I have unmarked because I will do it later, which was the, what's it called? Fuck. The latest variant dungeon. Have I done all the side quests here? Clearly not. I was expecting more people here right now. But then again, the patch has been out since 11 o'clock my time.
You picked a frosty spot for a reunion.
Tataru sent word that you were coming. Full glad am I to see you all. Though I'm afraid this is no time for pleasantries. Planar fissures have opened up across Garlemald, inundating the region with void scent. As far as we can ascertain, there are 2 focal points of their assault. The Ilzabard contingent are combating the threat in Lapis Manalis. Although they have suffered casualties, they appear to have the upper hand.
As well they should. The many talented Uldan thaumaturges among them should be more than capable of closing any fissures they encounter.
Which leaves the second focal point, the Clutium. Eulus and the Garlean community are attempting to mount a counterattack, but are struggling to cope with the sheer number of Voidsent. They've fallen back to the north of the Imperial Palace. Can you lend your aid in securing the area?
With your blessing, I would tend to the wounded returning from battle.
Of course, Kryl. Thank you. The quickest route from here to the front is via the train tracks. Once we arrive, we can support the Garlean forces as we make for the fissure in the munitions factory.
That's pretty quick for the dungeon. I mean, really quick. I'm gonna do it with a trust. I'll do it with a trust. That way I don't have to wait for a queue. That way I can also learn mechanics. Yeah, my sound is on. Oh shit, I might die. Forgot that thrusts aren't really good with big holes. No, this is a medium-sized hole. I don't like having to use mitigation this much in a small pole. We'll go fit my shield. No, I'm not gonna use it yet. God damn, my controller. You need a new controller badly. But you know, nope, this is a trust. You need to remember that you're not good with small poles, well, bigger poles than this. Hold on, checking an email here. Well, swiping away because as soon as I seen it from Humble Bundle, I was like, fuck's sake, not another one from them. That's a sick one today.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
You underestimate me.
So I could have done a bigger pole. I'm not going to use the full rotation here.
We mustn't hold back.
So basically, whenever you're tanking, turn everything away from the fucking party. The amount of tanks I've seen at high level who don't fucking do that.
Appreciate the help. We'll handle things from here. Take care of the Fisher.
There's a Void Saint taking over a Scorpion neck. That one was fairly obvious. I mean, fairly obvious.
You underestimate me.
Obviously, don't move. Or not. Is it de-lock or something? with scanning moving target. So scanning for moving target, so unlock. Okay, I understand it now. I understand it. I just need to read more. Me reading. What am I smoking? Scanning for moving target.
If I may?
For that one you have to de-lock because auto attack. It's dead. It exploded ceruleum here. I might as well just keep going for the one there. They're going for it. I can get it pretty quickly. Learn to speak, William. So, quick question for anyone who will be getting Evercold. Will you continue to use Reborn mode or Evolve mode for your inputs? I don't like the fact that they're making it like PvP. So basically, you have one button which has 3 inputs, 2 to 3 inputs, and basically that. I don't mind it in PvP because PvP is different to actual gameplay. It's just that, well, I'm used to this right now. Yes, it gets rid of bloat, but still. I can pick the stun down. Because this is all. That's Paladin stuff. That's all Paladin stuff. It's literally almost 2.5 pages right now, and there'll still be more come Evercoated. I'll try out Evolve mode. Oops, didn't do it in time. Wasn't sure which one was doing the attack. Of course I'm locked onto a fucking treasure chest. I might have to thank Bomber for the share to his Discord. Going to hit. No? Thank God. I actually managed to get off in time. Wrong button. I still managed to still die before I got it off. Good. Ooh. To the sides, obviously. No, behind. Into the sides. Okay. Okay. Why did I fucking use clemency? That's okay. I'm basically using the trust to learn how to do the fuck mechanics every time I get this. Over here, back to the middle, back to the middle. There you go. Well, not quite in the middle.
If I may.
Behind and to the side. Then follow where it goes. And I was still in. I will, sooner or later, figure out how to do this fight without getting hit. Sooner or later. If I didn't use that, I'd be like, what the fuck's going on?
Escape this!
Bruh, what the fuck? Heal everyone up, Alpha now. Yeah, it looks like the Void Center kind of combined themselves with Guardian technology. Weird. I said, why are you right next to me? I know going this way is the way to go, but there's a path here. I am following it to see where it goes. Nowhere. Disappointed.
I have you.
Do you, Alphino? Do you have me? Shit, let me lock. D-lock. I seen I had an email from the XIV and we took your money, made a horrible comic and a horrible game based on it. Basically Kickstarter basically probably to say, oh, we're now shipping out the physical goods. You've already done too much damage to the franchise. Just stop when you're behind. So much void fissures. Obviously we have to close that one. Since the Trust is going for the Hellhound, I might as well go for it too.
If I may.
As soon as I get over there, there's going to be another group. Yep, called it. Didn't mean to do that. Oops. Then again, I've not been playing Paladin since the last patch because I've been trying to level up other classes. I need to get Metasis back up to max level. Need to. Now, what's the final boss gonna be? Oh, what the fuck is that? Malfiso. I may die here, but this is Doom of a Trust is actually better to die so you can actually learn.
Welcome to my domain, mortal.
It's not your domain.
Take all and serve. Carry out my will.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Time to pull the string.
Move back a little bit. Have to get behind because he just didn't turn to face me. I'm confused what I had to do there. I thought I was getting hit. Oh shit! I mean, you can't.
Time to pull the string.
Where are you going? Ah shit, I had to move. I had to move. No!
Hold still.
That was Alice's job, bro, huh? A little bit more. There you go. That was perfect.
I think that's all of them.
We need but seal the fissure to prevent further ingress.
It's over. I can only imagine the extent of the damage were it not for your aid. On behalf of the Garlean community, I thank you for all you've done for my people, for my home.
I shall close the fissure post-haste.
Wait! If you do that, I will be trapped here.
You risked your life in vanquishing the creature. Would you at least let me bear the burden of deciding its fate?
No. But Bond's a nicer person than I am.
You want to go back? To the Void? Your kind have entered this realm before. Some seeking death that they might rejoin the life stream. But you would choose that dark, deathless place?
The wind is fresh and pure, untouched by darkness. Perhaps it won't be a blessing to meet my end in such a place. But I cannot yet bear to part with the Void. If only the winds would blow there, as they do here.
Maybe one day they will.
I long to return, to see my home unsullied, as it once was.
We know that pain. all too well. If that is your wish, you must forsake this aggression. Go back to the Void and devote yourself to its restoration. I have a friend, Zero, who hails from your home. She and her companions strive to bring light into the Void from another world blighted with imbalance. I hear their efforts have already met with some success. One day, they'll drive the darkness from the Void, I'm sure of it.
This form is imbued with the will of all those I consumed. We shall return to our world and seek out this Zero. Then we shall see if there is truth in your words.
There is. Her and
She won't
Golbez.
disappoint you. That much I guarantee.
Literally, her and Golbez are the ones basically behind the restoration of your world.
Bravo! I think Zero will approve.
Oh, Indeed, that was truly heartening to see.
Understanding begets fellowship, right? I thought I might lead by example.
Well then, shall we head back?
Talk to Julius, or Julius, however you want to say it. I know I can. Talk to Fankred.
The Ilzabard contingent have contained the threat on their front. Things appear to be under control for the time being. Though it remains unclear why the fissures opened up in the first place. According to Tataru, similar ruptures are occurring across the star.
One thing is clear, however. The phenomenon is not without pattern. The tendency for fissures to emerge is pronounced in regions deeply connected to the Void. Places where the barrier between the two worlds is at its thinnest.
I fear there may be a place in far greater peril than Garlemald. Though it hath since been sealed, you will recall there is a great void gate that we ourselves had cause to open. A gate which was instrumental in our bid to reunite Vritra with his sister and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
Oh gods. The moon.
With our attention fixed upon planar fissures, I failed to consider this vulnerability. All other paths unto the void are but pinpricks in the veil compared to that great lunar rift.
And that rift might be yawning open as we speak. We'd better hurry.
Let us make for Bestway's burrow. I dare say the Loporrits are well aware of current events.
Oh, I'm assuming they're very aware.
We ought to have Kryl join us once she finishes tending to the wounded. I shall likewise contact Y'shtola. Her knowledge of the moon's void gate is second to none.
She's the one who made it, was she not?
A number of my fellow Garleans now call Mare Lamentorum home. Alphino, Alize, please see they come to no harm.
We'll be back before you know it.
A quick word, if you will.
Alright.
I'm not sure whether you'll run into Zero during the course of all this, but if you do, would you give this to her?
The bread. The curry
Emergency
bread.
rations, in case of a protracted battle. Can't imagine she's eating all that well in the void. She likes dumplings.
Yeah, dumplings, sorry. I can't take Loporrit seriously. Especially with a song playing. Mapping way! Holy fuck! Long time no see!
Given thy panicked state, I presume the Loporrits too are beset with void scent.
Oh, what sweet relief it is to see you all. Yes, void scent. And lots of them. They suddenly came pouring forth from the crater.
I had dearly hoped to find my worries unfounded.
For some unknown reason, the void gate seems to have partially opened. Living May dashed off to activate the brands and halt the fiend's invasion. But she hasn't come back, and we've since lost contact.
I suggest we make for the brands without delay.
Yes, we should. Will we have to go there, or will it be straight into a cutscene again? It looks like we have to make our way there. Okay. I don't know if I should help that player. Oh no, I'm not gonna help that player because it's. Yes, I am gonna help. Because before I have to go. I fucking love doing this whenever. whenever there's new content and there's anything like this here, you always stay to help the people. Always. Alright, I'll help this guy. There you go. Someone's doing the bunny dance. Sorry, the lover dance. Hello, living where? Oh. This is where the trial is. Okay. Okay.
Danger, of course. I knew you would realize our plight and rush to our rescue.
Arrogance. Arrogance.
Atheris is likewise plagued with void scent. If only we'd prioritized further development of the void scent slaughter bots, we could have stemmed the tide ourselves. Oh, what a tremendous demonstration that would have been. Irrefutable proof that I was mankind's staunchest ally and the greatest lubberate to ever live. I can practically taste the praise.
Of course.
Fortunately, I was able to activate the brands. Should any more void scent emerge from the gate, they ought to be confined to the crater. Unless, of course, the void gate begins to expand of its own accord, or some gargantuan monstrosity tries to barge through. I don't foresee any major problems.
I do.
Oh, nope. We're doomed.
There you are.
I left the data in Shale's capable hands and teleported here as soon as I heard. And ere you ask, I made sure to bring the key with me.
Then the real threat yet awaits us.
'Tis Golbez's domain beyond the Void Gate. I wonder how he and Zero are faring. By the 12.
So it is to do with Adam's crystal, or Sen, or how do you want to say it?
They're headed your way! Let them come.
What are you doing here?
Trust you to state the obvious. May as well make yourself useful. The gate's sheer size appears to have made it a tempting target.
Enuo, a dread void scent risen from the benighted depths of the ocean. They kept to the confines of their domain while Zeromus endured. No longer, it would seem. And once they had discovered a path to the Red Moon, they wasted no time in making the journey.
Leave the void scent nearby to us. You take care of Enuo. Facing this many foes calls for a more familiar approach. Voidsent can change their form at will. Both light and darkness are mine to wield. Besides, what better to purge darkness from the void than darkness itself?
Who dares face me? A mere mortal. Hast thou come in search of power? Renown? I fight to end this world without end. All who stand before me shall fall.
I just realized my mic was muted that entire time. Oops. I had some jokes there. I had some fucking jokes, which you didn't hear. Oh well. At least the cutscene, you didn't hear me yap over some parts where it, I don't know when when I muted, but hey. But in the Emperor stream is slightly playing. Anyway. So he's a reference to the Emperor. Okay.
All who dare oppose me shall quake before the silken dark.
Mentor? Warrior? Turn away from the Okay, what? Okay.
The Void's power is mine to wield.
I'm assuming it's the same.
Be still.
Ah, fuck it. Oh. I see, I see. Viper, why are you behind us? Oops. I was trying to press the wrong button entirely.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you?
Oh, here she is. Or not. It was saved entirely. Search right, Viper. Oh shit. Stance on, stance on.
The void consumes. Naught will endure. Neither past nor future. Only one certainty remains.
I've breached the darkness. Let the light guide me.
You must break free.
We make them do this. Come on, people, we need a attack list. We barely made that! Holy fuck!
The underlings are no more. Now to deal with Enoa.
Life and death rendered meaningless.
Yeah, anyway, it was a reference to the Emperor.
Light, protect us.
Battle of arms! Nice!
I will not yield my domain! Such is the power of the void.
Oh, okay.
The void shall never cease to be. My power is absolute.
Vacuum through a number. Okay, yeah, that one makes sense.
The void's power is mine to wield. All boundaries cease to be. Behold the truth of this world! Accept your downfall.
Shit. Stop standing near me.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you?
No, it doesn't.
Be still.
Oh, well, I'm still learning the fight. After all, it's my first time doing it. Oh, fuck. Look how much people died. Fuck.
Perish. Doth the yawning rift not tempt you?
No, it doesn't.
Be still.
I figured that one out now, haha!
Thus did all boundaries cease to be.
Oops. Sorry, I didn't realize. Shit. No, it's aiming a hit. Nice.
The void's power is mine to wield. Perish.
I'm gonna LB.
Behold the truth of this world! Accept your downfall.
It's wrong button. And he's gone.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you?
They must be sealed away.
I like that fight. That fight was amazing. I have to give it to the healer who actually clutched up to get everyone back up. You still have it.
I'm glad you came. We would have struggled to face Enuo alone. I presume you journeyed here to prevent more Void Scent from passing through the gate.
With Enuo defeated, there are none left in this realm who pose a serious threat. I dare say the problem is resolved.
Have you noticed any anomalies in the void as of late? Fuck it. I didn't say that right. Fuck it.
Nothing comes to mind. Why'd you ask? So the breach wasn't limited to the Void Gate. For better or worse, precious little has changed in the 13th since Zeromus fell. Have you noticed anything unusual?
I know not the reason events have unfolded this way, but there is, perhaps, an explanation as to why the Void Gate and the fissures opened. Here, in my domain, even the slightest change is keenly felt. When the gate opened, I sensed not the workings of some external force. Rather, it felt as if the barrier between our worlds was weakening naturally, moment by moment, until the two came to meet.
Oh, someone was trying to do a rejoining.
And you think this weakening could be happening elsewhere?
'Tis a possibility.
What of Razat-Han and Garlemald? Eulus took mercy upon the interloper. Whether Void Scent or Garlean, we all share the same longing for home. Should we meet, I will gladly offer them aid. Please tell Eulus as much. Wait, how exactly did you get here? No mortal could traverse the Void Gate in its current state.
Long story. Or not.
And this path of yours is still there. I cannot see it.
Only I can see it. Oh.
nor does it reveal itself to me. Perhaps the path serves only the key-bearer.
So it is not a means to travel freely back and forth. A pity. I would have liked to see my friends again.
You've seen one of them. Now seems appropriate to. Now seems an appropriate time to give Zero the parcel Julius prepared for her. Now time to talk to Zero again. Obviously, I'm going for the silver piece because I can get more money for them than anything else here. Well, these will be useful for reading and so forth, but I don't do reading. Much. It is good to see Zero again, though. It really is. Yes, I would. I forgot about that. Oh shit. I will be right back, guys. I will get talking to you as soon as I'm back. I'm back. You probably noticed because I lifted my controller and I touched the touchpad by mistake. I think this was before I done most of actually, did I? Give me a sec, guys. I gotta double check. YouTube Studio, videos, search. Fantasy 14. The first 14 stream I done was 2 years ago. Was the final story patch for Endwalker. And then it was the Fall Guys stream. Fall Guys crossover. And then 6.55, which was Endwalker's final stream. And then all of Dawn Trail so far. Thank God for YouTube Studio. No, you kept them. Oh, nice. So I had to go in the first person for this. I take one? Seriously? Just one? Not all three? Of course I'm going the wrong way. So up the stairs I go. We're going to Barbaruccia's domain. Yep. playing with water. I'm glad this area has my favorite Final Fantasy IV track playing.
Upon activation, these transmitters will shine with light from beyond, sent courtesy of our ever-watchful friends. They will serve as beacons in the dark for those that would seek me out.
Yes, light in the void.
Immortal Nullis. I did not expect to see you here.
No one expects me.
I am Zero, and this is my domain. 'Tis a safe haven for those who abhor conflict. Among those gathered here, many aspire to restore this world to how it once was.
Such a thing is possible.
Indeed. Though how long the endeavor will take, I cannot say. But for those of us abandoned by death itself, what do we have but time to try, and try again?
Very well. This light is ample proof your comrade spoke true. However long it takes to restore our world, you shall have my aid.
And you shall have mine.
Speak with Zero. You will not be able to freely return to Zero's domain. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure.
Would you deliver a message to Ulus for me? Tell him that we're making progress towards rebuilding our home. And I hope that he is too.
Oh, he is.
Enuo's Memoria will be safe here. The crystal containing Zeromus has been passed on to our allies in the First. If Enuo's Memoria might serve them in restoring their world, we shall likewise consider its transfer.
How much simpler it would be to aid one another in our respective fights. were it not for these boundaries between us. Safe travels, my friend. We take comfort in the knowledge that you're out there fighting too, wherever you may be.
No luck, I'm afraid. It appears he's not in Mare Lamentorum.
Because I wasn't. Hello, Elslip. How are you?
Wait. Is that...
God, you had us worried. You suddenly disappeared. We didn't know what to think.
Shortly after you vanished, the Void-Sent incursion abruptly ended.
I'm good, thanks. First time streamed in like a couple of weeks. And I will always stream Final Fantasy XIV whenever there's new story content. Always. And for however long it takes me to complete the next expansion when it comes out in January.
We surmised you had a hand in that, but never did it cross our minds that you were fighting alongside Zero and Golbez.
Yeah, it has been. It's a name I haven't seen in a long time, though.
This golden path you said you traversed wasn't visible to us either. Nor did we hear a voice. Ethos. Might this be the key's true name?
It could be.
While
we never
many
know.
mysteries remain, for now, I am glad to learn the state of affairs in the 13th. Golbez's suspicion that the barrier twixt worlds has begun to weaken. 'Twould certainly explain the surge in fissures manifesting in the source.
Yet what could be behind such a phenomenon?
Obviously, lamb.
And who might you be? Not a Void-Sent, I'd wager.
Asian. I can't remember her name.
Greetings. I am Helmarut of the Asians.
It is, yes.
We are your sworn foes, I know. But on this occasion, will you not put away your arms?
14 is voiced. I'm not sure about 1.0. Actually, 1.0 was voiced, just not much. From 2.0 onwards, which was A Realm Reborn, there was voiced scenes, of course. But come today, you can play Final Fantasy XIV from A Realm Reborn all the way to one of its best expansions, Shadowbringers for free. Free to free trial. So, yeah. So, you can basically play Realm Reborn the whole way to Shadowbringers. But there is quite a lot of voice stuff in 14 now. So, yeah, I would highly recommend it. Highly. Realm Reborn did start out with very little voice acting till near the halfway point. Where Heavensward onwards is where the voice acting just kept going and going and going and going. Hell yeah, John. I was actually going to rewrite that for you today. But you ended up doing it.
I wish only to talk. Thank you for affording me a chance.
Bereft of the Unsundered, we were under the impression you and yours no longer had cause to continue your activities. That you should reveal yourself at this juncture. I assume you are the one who bestowed Calix with the knowledge of summoning and the reflections.
Yes, that is correct.
You will enjoy it, believe me. With Shadowbringers being the best expansion, I would gladly say give it a go. Well, second best.
Was it necessary to reveal my present form as well?
Calix. So he succeeded in transferring his memories after all.
Be at ease. Even were I to occupy a combat-oriented vessel, I would not have the ability to defeat you. You destroyed my plan, my life's work. I have naught to replace it, nor will I ever regain what I once had.
If you wish to speak, Halmarut, will you not tell us what it is that you hope to accomplish?
As you know, our star Aetheris was sundered into 4 and 10 shards in the time of the Ancients. As the will of the star, Hydaelyn perpetuated this unnatural division for millennia. And in the wake of her passing, nature has begun to reassert itself. As a wound knits itself together, the star seeks to become whole once more. Yes, it seeks to rejoin with all of its shards.
Doing so will cause a calamity.
Unlike the one we Ascians attempted to orchestrate, however, the star's rejoining will afford mankind no special treatment. All life and matter will be condensed into a single whole, and remade for a new beginning.
a complete rebirth. Aetheris will return to the way it once was. Hundreds of millions of years past. To a quiet and peaceful time. Long before the light of mankind was kindled.
Supposing for a moment we believe you, how can you possibly know all this?
It is an inevitability that I have foreseen since time immemorial. A future that awaits should creation be freed from the influence of Hydaelyn and Zodiark. The star is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered. Yet by the same token, it is indifferent to life's survival. No amount of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. The earth shakes, and mountains spew fire. Floods wash away the fruits of labor, and icy winds freeze and starve. Countless perish as nature runs its course.
That's referencing
So many seeds of life have already been lost. Yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that the morrow will come.
You're literally referencing Evercold, Lur. Going by the screenshots shown at the keynote.
But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the solstice. When all creation is reunited. When that day comes, every last trace of mankind shall be erased. I cherish man's journey. Despite losing his innocence and being made to live with suffering, he has forged ever onward. Strong, even as he is weak, his is a proud tale in the history of the star. It would be a shame for that tale to end. For all to wither and die, when some might yet survive. Would you not agree?
If a natural rejoining doth lead unto the solstice, then thine intent is to preemptively rejoin the worlds.
Correct. It was for this very purpose that Halmarut recruited suitable collaborators from the Reflections. Individuals like me, who would willingly doom another world in order to fulfill their aspirations.
Of course.
The Winterers, we are called. And if you and yours seek to protect all life, then sooner or later you shall have to contend with us.
Goodbye, bot.
Even if everything you claim is true, what you've done, Calyx, it's unforgivable!
I do not ask that you be pragmatic, nor do I seek your approval.
No, he was a sickly scientist. before he... I'm not going to say it just in case you do play the free trial and actually get the full game and continue on through Endwalker and Dawntrail. Because it's... yeah, but yes, he was evil as fuck. And I mean evil as fuck because he was introduced in one of the patches storylines after Dawntrail. This is one of the final patches storylines of Dawntrail anyway. In about 6 months, sorry, about 4 months time we should have another one anyway.
Given your familiarity with other reflections, 'tis only natural that you are averse to our methods. But there is one irrefutable fact that you must understand. Should we take no action at all, the solstice will come, and no one will be left alive. No one. Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit.
Oh.
Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
Xenos is safe. Does that mean he's still alive?
Wait!
Fuck's sake. More Xenos. Actually, you know what? That wasn't real. Fine, fuck. I can barely see. No, that was an actual scythe. Because there's a class called Reaper added 2 expansions ago. But it actually was a weapon of one of the main antagonists of the storyline. Oh yeah, there was. It's literally... that's how it was designed. It's basically... every weapon has its own unique look, basically. Well, some weapons have their own unique look. Especially ones which storyline characters have, like... look at Alice here. Her weapon is basically a crystal. And then Grahad here is a Staffler. It has a crystal at the end too. After I complete this quest, I will accept the next one, and I'll go to an in-room and show you some of the stuff. Someone's sugar decided to go away. Talk to Alphino. The final quest of the patch. Rising stones. No, not Mordona. No. I know I said Mordona, but I'm going to Gridania so I can actually go to an in-room to show you the stuff. Well, some of the weapons. Oh, I have them in here then. For example, for pre-ordering a Endwalker, you got that. Then for pre-ordering Shadowbringers, you got Squall's Gunblade as a glamour. There's other stuff, but I can't remember. The chicken knife, it's basically from Final Fantasy V. It's a reference to Final Fantasy V, anyway. Chocobo brush, I think it's Final Fantasy VI. Pretty much, it functions exactly like how it would in Final Fantasy VIII. I have too much stuff. Yeah. But yeah, basically, or actually you can do this. Easier way to show you. This feature is where you can try on stuff from the online online store. So, for example, this is all stuff you pay for real world money. For example, there's a scythe for my character who was just in the story. Trying to remember what. Did we get Xenos' stuff? I don't think we did. Moogle is higher. Nice. And of course you can get Lightning's outfit, Snow's outfit, weapons from 13 on the online shop, stuff from 10. Oh yeah, all the storylines, they are basically heavily inspired by other Final Fantasy games. For example, the previous expansion, Endwalker, it was heavily inspired by Final Fantasy IV. The most recent expansion, Dawn Trail, heavily, and I mean heavily, inspired by Final Fantasy IX. Then there's other ones what are obviously Final Fantasy XIV itself. But they all the storylines do reference other Final Fantasy games. For example, there is even a raid series called Eden, which is a massive reference to Final Fantasy VIII. Then there's right now there is a Alliance raid, which is a Final Fantasy XI crossover. And the next Alliance raid will be a crossover of Neon Genesis Evangelion. And if you like Nier, the Shadowbringers one is a crossover of Nier Automata and Replicant. The last raid's more Replicant. And Drakengard. $8, John? Tried queuing to do a main scenario, something for the main story because there was so much people. I can't remember what my first Final Fantasy was, but my favourite, besides 14, is always going to be Crisis Core. Always. God, I need to actually replay the Nier games. Well, Drakengard and Nier games. Yes, Emil's head is in everything to do with Nier. Yeah, see him.
Long it hath been since last we gathered here. Though our order's dissolution was indeed in name only, thereafter we did largely operate independent of one another. All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company once more.
Ow.
Apologies for our delay. We're reporting for duty, as bid.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The others are still en route. Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with, but we're working on it.
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag.
Obviously.
Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
Now, as much as I'd like to savour our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been developments. Will you apprise us of the details? The Winterers and the Solstice.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear. Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calix was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others, like him.
In light of the recent Void-Scent incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the Solstice as a genuine threat. The problem is how to deal with it.
Both the Source and the Reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation, then what can we possibly do?
I wonder, was Hydaelyn aware of the solstice?
Probably not.
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Venar. So it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she may have glimpsed this eventuality.
For Gunbreaker, you do need to finish basically Realm Reborn and be level and have Shadowbringers, which is basic. Actually, do you need? Yeah, you do. But yeah, it is one of the tank classes which you will need to fully learn how to play, because it's more DPS focused than anything else. Sort of, but it is a tank class. It's it requires you to know how to do combos. They're known as the blue DPS because they require a lot of damage dealt to keep the aggro, compared to the other tank classes where they basically have to do their 1, 2, 3 and then a quick rotation of their enemy building combo, and then they should have the rest unless they decide to not keep up the enemy on all the enemies around. I don't think she had any way of knowing.
Indeed. Not even Heidelin could be expected to foresee everything. And with her gone, we have only speculation.
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
Perhaps we could take a recess? Oh, I dare say everyone could use a rest.
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Ere I forget, Heron, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession. After all, it seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unravel.
At least the blind cat knows that. Yes, she is blind. Long story. And she can see, but... yeah, basically, Lancer becomes Dragoon. At level 30 because you needed a job quest to unlock Dragoon. Gladiator becomes Paladin. Marauder becomes Warrior. I can't remember the rest. Shit. Thaumaturge becomes Black Mage. Conjurer becomes White Mage. Arcanist becomes Scholar and Summoner. Shit, there's more. I can't remember. Shit. But there's classes which don't have a certain one because they start at between 50, 30, and so forth. For example, Machinist, which is basically a gun-toting class DPS, which starts at level 30, which is from Heavensward. Dark Knight starts at level 30, which is Heavensward. Basically, any classes what started in Realm Reborn requires you to level up Lame to level 30 and then do all the job quests to basically get to their classes like Paladin. I'm using my main class as an example here. So, Gladiator, the whole way up to Paladin. But yeah, if you do end up picking up 14 for the free trial, I do recommend doing a little bit of research on what class you want to play first, because if you don't want to tank, it's no big deal because you can switch classes at any time. It's just until you unlock another class, you'll be stuck to one you chose. So do a little bit of research if you want to tank, heal, or be a DPS. For example, once you unlock more classes, you can switch like so. So I go to Gunbreaker here. I'm still my tank. I can go to Dancer. Still the same character. Obviously Archer becomes Bard. It's just that whenever it comes to 14, you're not tied to a single class per character, like most MMOs. You can literally be whatever class you want to be. There is some caveats to the free trial though. You cannot invite to a party. You have to be invited to a party. You cannot use the market boards. And you cannot do PvP. There is some more which I can't think of off the top of my head. So ranged would be stuff like Bard, Machinist, Dancer. Melee would be literally, if you're going for DPS, it would be like Monk, then Ninja. Give me a sec. So Monk. Oh, PvP is actually pretty fun in 14. Oh shit, Beastmaster is in the files already, but it isn't out until the end of the last patch of the season. Of the, not season, the 7.5. Yeah, there's quite a lot of classes I don't have in this character. Because I'm focusing on leveling every other class up first before otherwise. Currently working on Reaper. Bard is something I will get back to eventually. Well, I'll have multiple classes more classes at level 100 before Evercode releases. But keep in mind, whenever it comes to Final Fantasy XIV, it does start out as a slog because A Realm Reborn is very, 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 very slow. They did do some patches to change it, increase the pacing of A Realm Reborn, but they didn't change much. And A Realm Reborn has a different voice cast to the rest of the game onwards. A Realm Reborn has an American voice cast. Heavensward onwards has a British voice cast. So there could be some voices you recognize from TV. Or if from A Realm Reborn, there's voices you might recognize from anime if you watch English dub. Oh, one more thing about the free trial. There is a cap on how much gil you can have. For example, at the corner here, how amount I have here, you can only get like 2 million more, and then you would be at a cap. Basically, in the free trial, you would have to be able to get like 3k, like 3 million. If I think so, anyway. Basically, for the free trial, you can play the whole way up until level 80 and up to Shadowbringers as of today. So you could literally play for like a couple, like an hour at a time, and you would have like what, 400 or 500 hours worth of gameplay. If you're going for a story, just for the story and not doing side quests or anything, you would have like, oh, God, I don't know actually, because I've been playing this for way too long. I don't really know how long it would be. And time to finish the final quest by talking to Tataru. This will start to tease Evercold.
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
I detest evenings such as this. Too bright, too stimulating. The mind distracted by the inconsequential.
Oh, what the fuck do you want, Calyx?
You needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure. Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan. Our destination is the fourth. A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations.
Why tell me where you're going?
I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more. Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway. What Halmarut said to you earlier. She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so? You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost? I will share with you a truth. We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. Just as you and yours decried my actions, I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world.
That's what Calyx looks like.
Born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering ideals. No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
Oh, there was no meanwhile in so-and-so. Well, I guess that's that for 14. Well, for now anyway. I will see you guys again real soon, and I will be streaming more Blood Omen 2 when I'm streaming again. Hopefully tomorrow, if not tomorrow. Sometime soon. That's all I can say. So, thanks for coming out, whoever did, and I will see you guys again, hopefully, real soon.